Hello and welcome to M the Ambassador. Welcome to my theater, and today we'll be looking at The Bride, the official trailer. First and foremost, I really do enjoy Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I do enjoy that book a lot. I've read it a good amount. Not even just for high school, but like legit, like after high school. I would read it, decently. I think it's a great story. I think it's a great story about humanity. What does it mean to be human? Who is truly a monster? And are monsters created? Or I guess I was going to say, are monsters born or are monsters created? It's beautiful. And I really do think that, look, I haven't really seen a lot of the adaptations of Frankenstein. Only kind of, the classic, you know what I mean? Like, that blockhead like legit blockhead design with the bolts in his neck and shit. Which the funny thing is, if you actually looked up what Frankenstein does look like, it's more like kind of a yellowish, palish character, long black hair, gangly, I would say, but like a giant. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, I really do like the book, and I want to see how this adaptation. And I've never seen The Bride of Frankenstein, but I want to see how this adaptation, or at least this reinterpretation of the material will look. And I hope I actually am getting it right, that it is actually The Bride of Frankenstein. I've never seen the movie, by the way, so. Oh no, I was correct.
Help.
Okay, first and foremost, am I the only one who thought that death looked a little goofy? Like it almost looked like a Family Guy death. But no, okay, so already, I remember that being a big part of the book, where the bride rejected, did not want to be his bride, and that Victor Frankenstein, the creator of his monster, really, was pretty much forced to do it. And yeah, pretty much and then the monster kind of blames Victor for making the bride not, want to be, Frankenstein, the monster's bride. And yes, I do think I may have called the monster Frankenstein. Which, to be fair, the monster is Frankenstein in my opinion, but you know what I mean. Frankenstein's monster, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it seems like he's going for a turn of the century, I want to say, or not turn of the century, no, that's not the right word. I guess in kind of older, maybe 1930s-esque New York aesthetic. Like a bit more 30s. Definitely definitely modern, right? And I use that more in more in the scholastic term, where modern usually just means I want to say 20s to 60s, I would argue. And then I think most, if you want to talk about right now, it's contemporary or postmodern, I don't know. But yeah, it seems like they're updating at least the time frame of it, which I do think is interesting. And I wonder if it's meant to be a reflection, or they're just doing it for the aesthetics. Which, to be fair, 1930s New York, and just the 1930s, a lot of that aesthetics, they are pretty interesting, especially it's agriculture. Sorry, I almost said agriculture. I meant to say architecture. I don't know why I said that. The culture and the arts. Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, classic bisexual lighting out there. And I kind of hate to be this guy, but I'm starting to wonder if they're trying to go for a Joker Harley Quinn thing, where the Joker created her, and she's the Harley to his Joker. And honestly, I would hate it if they did that, because I do think the concept of the Bride of Frankenstein is a very interesting one to go by, right? I don't know. Actually, what show did a really good job of, at least had a very interesting take on the Bride of Frankenstein, was Creature Commandos, with its character, the Bride. I think she was very interesting, and the Frankenstein's monster was also very interesting in that, in Creature Commandos. It's a really good show, honestly. One of the few reasons why I still have HBO Max. The other reason being that Mr. Weirdface pays for goddamn Netflix. So it's although I can't really access it. They also pay for Crunchyroll. And for a while they were paying for that Disney Hulu bundle. Although ever since that AI bullshit with Disney, we decided not to watch it anymore. Which I know Netflix Also does some AI bullshit. But I kind of hate to be this guy, but look, I'll be honest with you. Netflix, at least, actually, I don't know. Well, at least it has Breaking Bad on it and Better Call Saul. There you go. That's the only condolence I could have. And I guess El Camino, too. And for me, HBO Max, honestly, Tubi is kind of the better choice right now for me. Mostly because it has Cartoon Network. Or at least it's going to have a lot of Cartoon Network shows. Yeah, I probably should get back to this, actually. Okay, so maybe now that I'm looking at it, maybe it's meant to be a Bonnie and Clyde sort of situation. It's okay. That could be an interesting take on it, I suppose. I mean, look, I'm kind of poo-pooing on it a bit. But I guess it's that thing of, I kind of know, like, there's a lot more interesting introspection that could go on with The Bride of Frankenstein as, like, a concept. But at the same time, I think, you know what, maybe if I probably should look at it, like, if I were to review this and watch this, right? I should look at it as its own thing, right? And honestly, as its own thing, it seems pretty cool. I kind of like the vibe it's going for. So you know what? I think that's how I'm going to view this rest of this trailer.
Oh, Frankenstein.
No, just the bride.
Oh shit, I thought I muted that. Fuck. Sorry. Yeah, I guess it's kind of cool. Also, I wonder, like, they're going to do that little splatter there. I think that'd be kind of interesting. That said, I will admit that is a bit of a corny way of doing it. No, not the bride. Am I doing an English accent? Sorry. No, not the Bride of Frankenstein.
Just the bride.
I mean, it kind of goes hard. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't, but it is a little goofy. Holy shit, Christian Bale's in this? I didn't notice.
Scared.
What the fuck? You know, I guess I'll just ignore this. I don't know why, but I'll be honest. Like, while this was going on, I was making like this little rubber guy, this little rubber alien, kind of suck its own crotch. I don't know why I'm doing this. I mean, I'd show you, but I don't have a. I do have a webcam. I just don't want to show you my face. Where's I going with this? Oh yeah. So yeah, honestly, well, one, I was a little surprised to see Christian Bale. It looked good in the prosthetics, honestly. Unless this commenter right here says, Christian Bale actually disfigured his face for this movie rather than use prosthetics, a true professional. I mean, that is kind of a dig at him, you know, because of how much he does do, you know, how much of a meth head actor he is. Or sorry, no, method. He did method actor, or did he do, I don't know. Believe it or not, I didn't do that for the joke. I unironically kind of just say shit like that. Kind of reminds me of Jewels. Where's it going with this? Oh, yeah. So yeah, this looks like a fine enough picture, I suppose. I guess I'm just kind of like, it looks fine. It looks like a fun time. And honestly, I guess I'm just not really that much, I guess I'm not really in that mood of just, oh, you know, I don't know. It does kind of have some stuff that I do find annoying in some modern Hollywood things. Mind you, it does a lot of stupid trailer shit, which maybe I shouldn't do so many trailer reactions if I get bitchy about it. But I mean, here's the thing though. I do think we got to acknowledge that part of like the industry, and it just does enough of that. Kind of like a lot of stuff I complain about in the Hoppers trailer. Weirdly enough, yeah, it's making those aliens suck himself off, you know. So maybe that's the other thing too, is this alien thing on my desk that I'm making suck its own cock is like a lot more interesting than the trailer was. Thing is, it doesn't even have a dick. It's smooth. Shit smooth. Like, it's very rubbery, like a very sticky rubber, plastic sort of thing. I think, you know what I mean? It has, like, it's like if it didn't, it's like rigid enough, but like super not rigid too, you know? Like rigid enough to suck its own dick. Or not rigid. Like, it's rigid and like it's rigid enough so where it could stand, like not stand on its own, but like keep its shape. But flexible enough where it could suck its own dick, you know? Or at least, like, it suck its own crotch. Maybe eat its own, you know, eat its pussy out. I don't know. Look, I could even wrap my head around it. Well, you can't look, but still. Or actually, wait, it's so flexible, it could eat its own ass. Blah, 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 blah. Look at fat hands on it, actually. You know, you could say that I should be talking about the trailer and not this, but honestly, like, the concept's fine, and what I've seen of the footage looks fine. It's just the trailer itself wasn't that. Like, between the alien and the trailer, Alien's has more entertainment value, okay? Oh wait, actually, it could, not only that, it could lick its own taint. Yeah, for the bride. Looks fine. What did you think of the trailer? Does it look good enough? Does it look good? Do you think it's a good representation of the movie? And in the future, if you've seen this movie, do you think like this trailer was a representation of the movie? Do you think the trailer was worthy of this movie? I don't fucking know. Hope you have a lovely day.